Remember my talk with Steve Kaufmann? If you haven't seen it, you can watch it here. It was an amazing opportunity to get to meet him. I really admire him because he has learned so many languages, and he also talks a lot about input and about how we don't need to be perfect to speak a language. We just need to have fun and use lots of input, right? And that's what he does with his platform LingQ, which he's a co-founder of and which we're going to explore today. LingQ contacted me for a sponsored video, sponsored review, so I want to be very transparent. This is something I'm being paid for, but as I always say, I only review apps and tools that I actually use or would use because I don't see the point in just, trying to sell something I don't believe in. So without further ado, let's get started. As always, thanks a lot to my Patreons. If you also want to give me ideas for future videos or just simply support me or get the transcripts for the Catalan podcast, you can become a patron as well. So today we're doing the review for LingQ. What is LingQ? LingQ is an app that lets you use content and input to learn. It's based on a comprehensible input, and you will get to listen and read a lot and just gather words that you're learning. In order to make this review useful for everyone, people who've used LingQ before and people who haven't, I'm going to structure it in the following way. The first part will be about what I think are the best features from LingQ, and we're gonna see them a bit. The second part will be what languages are included. The third and fourth part will be just looking at how I'm using it, first with the language I'm advanced in, and second with the language I'm a beginner at. In a nutshell, what can LingQ help you with? LingQ is great to help you learn new words and practice them. This is like one of the key features of LingQ. It also gives you the chance to access lots of input, thousands of hours of input in different languages. As we will see in the examples, this is depending on your level. So it's not just for beginners as many apps are, unfortunately. So you can also use it as an advanced learner. And what I like the most about LingQ is that you can import your own content. So importing your own content, so you find a video, you find a book, you find something, some kind of text, and you can import it and learn from it. So I think this is a unique feature. I haven't seen it anywhere else. And so this is maybe the best feature, I would say, because it's like so special. I haven't seen it anywhere else. And then there are the features that help you stay motivated. So there's a community, there are some challenges, and it's a way to stay motivated, also to look at your statistics. So if you're that kind of person who really needs statistics, I mean, this is great. Why not use it? So you'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Like maybe today I don't feel like learning, but I've been learning 10 words a day and I don't want to destroy my statistic. If you're like that, go for it. Or maybe you're more like, oh, I know a couple of people who are using LingQ and I want to beat them. So this kind of, playful competition is also possible. So what languages are included? There are some languages that are fully supported. You will find, for instance, Spanish, French, Russian, Swedish, German. I will leave a list on the screen of the fully supported languages. If you're following my channel, you might be interested in knowing, what about Catalan? Is Catalan included? Well, it is included. It's not fully supported. There are other languages that are also kind of included, but not 100% supported. And you can find them also here on the screen. If you're learning Catalan, you will see that there are a lot of videos from me there. Maybe someone imported them. And also I donated 10 transcripts of the Catalan podcast, the first 10 transcripts, to LingQ so that you guys can use it to learn and to practice. So I hope you like it. In order to test LingQ as an advanced user, I'm going to choose French. We will see on the screen what options I have and how I can learn new words even if I am an advanced user. So I have lots of advanced content here. I'm gonna choose this podcast here, and it's about why languages change your perception of the world. So I have this text here, right? And I could just read it first. I could just listen to it first without reading. I could do different things. But in this case, I understand everything, I've read it before, so I can also skip it. If that's something I don't need for my learning and I feel like it's not giving me anything, I can just skip it, and then I mark the words as known. In order not to have to mark everything, because the software thinks that all those words are new for me, because I never took any French text before, right? So I just click on this arrow there and I just tell the software, hey, I know all these words, and then I go to another part of the text that might be a little bit more challenging for me.
J'étais donc là, assis autour d'une table en bois clair, les cheveux encore humides et vêtus d'une serviette de bain autour de la taille. Je venais de faire semblant d'être insensible à la chaleur intense et étouffante du bagnat. Je venais de me faire fouetter par des branches de bouleau pour encore faire plus monter la chaleur de mon corps et forcer brutalement toutes mes toxines à s'auto-éjecter.
So I press pause and I check the words I don't know. So the ones that are blue, I theoretically don't know.
Étouffante.
And then I mark them and they become yellow because I mark
Fouetter.
them. The same with fouetter. I also can go ahead and practice, review the
Étouffante.
lessons. So, of course, normally you would have more words there. Right now I don't have many. So you can take different tests and mark them already as known or still unknown
Fouetter.
so that you can keep practicing them. For Greek, I've chosen to use the app. Basically, I know little to nothing in Greek, so I have to start as a beginner, and I'm going to see if Link is actually useful for me as a complete beginner. So what I've been doing is taking the very basic lessons that are available on Link and just watching them, looking up the words, and pressing pause and repeating. So we're gonna see the first lesson and we're simply going to go through it. What you can do is listen to it once first to get the feeling for the pronunciation, and then look up the words you don't know, and then listen again, which we're going to do, and press pause to repeat the words and sentences.
Kalimera.
Kalimera.
Kalispera.
Kalispera.
Kalinichta.
Kalinichta. So really, I really like this because I mean, you see this pattern of good morning, good afternoon, good night, and you see this connection between the word nichta and night, nacht, nit, noche. It's like the same origin. And as I guess, Kali is something like good, so we can also use it in a slightly different version to say we're doing good. We're gonna see that right away.
Addio.
Addio. So this word is very familiar to me, but of course the pronunciation is a bit different, and it's great to just have how it's written, because for me right now it is written in a, let's say, not standard way, so I have to get used to it, because normally I would read it out loud like aftio, and it's addio. So I need to get used to how it's written. That's why it's great to hear it, listen to it, and focus on how it's written.
Χαίρετε. Πώς είστε?
Χαίρετε. Πώς είστε? So what I'm seeing is I don't feel like Greek is very difficult to pronounce for me. I think I've heard before that for Spanish speakers it isn't for some reason. But what is difficult and challenging is the writing system, and of course the vocabulary is not very similar so far anyway. So it would take time, and that's something I always say. Language learning takes time and a lot of work. I would say daily work is the best way to go to learn. So it's not a magic pill, but it's a great tool.
Είμαι καλά. Ευχαριστώ.
Here we see καλά again. So είμαι καλά. Ευχαριστώ. So I am fine. Thank you. Ευχαριστώ. That one I knew before.
Εσείς?
Είμαι πολύ καλά. Ευχαριστώ.
Είμαι πολύ καλά. Ευχαριστώ. So poly, it's very interesting also, you know, meaning very, because we know it as a prefix in many languages. So, yeah, polyglot, for instance. Yeah.
Το.
Ποιο είναι το όνομά σας?
Ποιο είναι το όνομά σας? Oh, that was difficult. I need to repeat it.
Ποιο είναι το όνομά σας?
Ποιο είναι το όνομά σας? Oh, that was difficult. But you can listen to the word nom, όνομά σας, ονομάσα, so the name, right? What's your name?
Το όνομά μου είναι Γιάννης.
Το όνομά μου είναι Laura.
Ποιο είναι το δικό σας όνομα?
Το όνομά μου είναι Μαρία.
Το όνομά μου είναι Laura. So now I can say Kalimera. Το όνομά μου είναι Laura. For instance, and I can understand something like ευχαριστώ. So this is super basic, but it's already helped me to get a feeling of a language and especially get a feeling of how it's written. For complete beginners like I am, if I were to want to learn Greek, I would take lessons and I would use LingQ as a complementary tool to keep learning. What do you think? Have you used LingQ before? Would you use it for a new language, a language you're a complete beginner at, or would you rather use it for a language you're already advanced in? I think it can really help you. One thing needs to be said with LingQ or with any tool, you need to put in the time. So I would recommend using this if you really want to improve. I would recommend using it every day. If you have the feeling it's something for you, you can go ahead and check out the link down below and you will get a 35% discount. Try it out and see if it's for you. And I hope to see you very soon. Bye bye.